Hurricane Lee may be offshore, but the effects are already being seen along the Jersey shore. Red flag warnings were issued along the beach in Atlantic City today as dangerous rip currents and high surf kept beachgoers out of the water. Weather forecasters say the rip current risk along the coast is expected to continue through tomorrow night as Hurricane Lee churns out at sea. Tropical storm conditions have been issued for New England and Atlantic Canada. Action News Now anchor Alan Morrison happens to be vacationing in southern New England right now. He shows us how that area is already being impacted.
Well, hopefully you will forgive my attire. I don't have my shirt and tie, my white shirt uniform that you would normally see me wearing, but hey, a hurricane is coming and I'm apparently a hurricane reporter at the moment, and actually I'm on vacation this week and happen to be here. I planned this vacation since January. By the way, when in Rome, wear a Boston Red Sox hat. So right now, this is what we're seeing, the impact of Hurricane Lee here in Rhode Island, which of course, if you know your geography, is just miles away from southern Massachusetts. What we are seeing is a lot of wind today and very high surf. So I'm on the cliff walk in Newport, Rhode Island right now. And so you can see behind me the surf is pretty high. Just yesterday, Thursday, my wife and I, there's my wife shooting video of me right now. My wife and I took a ferry out to Block Island, which is part of Rhode Island. And it was a beautiful day, 75 degrees, hardly a wisp of wind. When we came back on that ferry this morning, the sea was covered in whitecaps. I took my Dramamine and said a little prayer because I can get motion sick. And it was fairly rough. A very different day today. Here in Newport, Rhode Island, it's very windy, and again the surf is very high. The biggest impact for the Boston and southern New England area is going to be overnight and through at least the first half of Saturday, when really all they're expecting though is some flooding at the coastal level and some wind and maybe up to an inch of rain, which doesn't sound terrible because of course the eye of the hurricane is going to be a couple hundred miles, 150, 100 miles offshore. And so my wife and I were actually scheduled to fly back Saturday from Boston Logan Airport, but with 50 or 40 mile an hour wind gusts, that's enough to cancel a flight, so we've rescheduled for Sunday. But this is my first time to be in an area that currently is in a tropical storm warning, and I just wanted to share as someone from Northern California with all my friends back in Northern California. When you're hearing about this on the national news, this is what it's look like right now in southern New England. So for now, I'll send it back to you. Alan Morrison reporting from Newport, Rhode Island. Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
We are expecting Alan back on Monday. That storm projected to be more than 400 miles wide with tropical storm force winds when it reaches land, creating some worries about widespread power outages.